Metal Gear Solid Delta support developer Virtuos with layoffs. Yes. Now, if you don't know, Virtuos is doing some support for Metal Gear Solid Delta, but they also put out another game this year, which was the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remaster. That was them.
Yeah, I can't.
They put out one of the biggest games of the year.
I can't believe it, eh? I can't believe they're getting rid of people from that team after that success. It just goes to show you sometimes, even no matter how successful you are, just because Xbox just want to cut costs, right? They want to try and do whatever. No matter how, like, you're gonna get fired.
Well,
isn't that crazy?
I believe these guys are independent, so they're not a part of Xbox, but still you would think that they would be able to kind of, I don't know whether
I thought they were Xbox. Sorry, I thought they were a team under what you call it now.
No, I believe they are independent because they're working on Metal Gear as well.
Okay, my bad then. My bad.
But still, they put out one of the biggest games of the year.
Yeah, they did.
And they're having to hit, by the way, mass layoffs. Let's read through this here. First reported by Gauthier Andres, 300 people, or 7% of the company's workforce, are set to be let go across various locations in the United States, Asia, Europe, and 3 branches in France. Andreas says that the layoffs will initially target China, but will impact other areas. He added that regarding the successful Oblivion remaster, Virtuos had a policy of overspending on quality along with royalty-free contract. That contract had no bonuses tied to the game's success, likely leaving money on the table for the studio. That kind of explains a little bit of it, but still, like, that's not good.
Yeah,
this is and I was just saying the other day, if they do a Fallout 3 remaster, it should go to these guys. I want these guys on it. But now we're losing people. And some people will be like, well, it's only targeting China. It's like, I don't care. I don't care where the fuck. It could target fucking Timbuktu for all I care. I mean, it still sucks. They made a really successful game. They shouldn't be in a position now where they're having to lay off 300 people.
Yeah, those 300 people are talented as fuck. Did you not see what they just made? Oblivion, baby.
And what's coming up with Metal Gear Solid, right? They're helping out with that. So again, it sucks to see. It's just it's a fucking shame, man, because we see this and it'll be like 300, but we all know that like, this is initial. So we're gonna get more layoffs later on. It's not going to end.
It especially hurts because you know the team's talented. You know what I mean? Like with fucking Saints Roast people, they were shit, right? But you still felt bad because you don't want people to lose their job. But it was like, well, that's shit. It's a bit hard to.
But these guys just put out one of the best quality games of the year.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh, fuck. So it sucks. Even if you're successful, that's how fucked the gaming industry right now is. Even if you are successful, still end up being fucked over. Isn't that fucked?
It is. It's not. It's not good. It sucks to see. And again, I really do think that this is a company that had a lot of potential, especially around Fallout 3, because there's a lot of rumors that Fallout 3 is getting a remaster. It probably is, and I don't think it should be I don't think it should be Bethesda that handles it. Me and Leith, we were talking about this on Gronking on your Tuesday, and it was like you have too much on your plate. You just canceled an MMO game, and the devs of the MMO game are freaking out. I understand naturally you're going to freak out when your project gets canceled, but they were literally saying, oh, it's going to be like World of Warcraft. Why are you going to build a competitor to World of Warcraft? Because they were kind of implying it was going to compete with World of Warcraft a bit. It's like, no. You don't build a competitor to one of your games. Bethesda and Activision are part of the same company now. So it would be retarded for Microsoft to create a competitor to their own game that is still successful, right? Warcraft is fucking huge. But they were upset, and I understand that. But they canceled that game to focus on Fallout 5. Okay, but you also have Elder Scrolls. You still gotta fucking make that game. I mean, we're almost at the fucking 10-year mark of that. And me and Lethal invented a new rule for Gronk. All right, I don't know if you know this, Moz. It's the Bruno Sammartino, okay? If your game takes longer from announcement to release than Bruno Sammartino's record-breaking WWF championship run, it's too fucking long. It's you failed. You failed at life. And they're like about 3 or 4 months away from that happening. They're about to break the Bruno Sammartino rule, and this is something that it is a cause for.
That's not good.
It's not good. Bruno would be he's frowning from heaven. His cauliflower ear and his heavy Italian accent. He's very angry. But again, you have to get that game out too. So you have two games slated, and you just let go of Arcane. You just let go of Tango, so you can't use them for support anymore. They're gone. Also, I think Arcane France is still working on that Blade game, so there's another thing. ID Software is going to be busy with working on whatever the fuck they're working on, probably DLC for Doom or some shit, I would assume. So where are you going to pull this staff from to help you out? You're running out of options besides hiring people temporarily, which is a heavy cost. Again, people are like, well, they bring them on, and Jono had a theory about that they wanted to turn gaming into a gig economy. And I don't think that's like necessarily wrong. I just think it's a bad idea because it costs a lot of money to onboard people into your company, especially if you're unionizing people. Like you're not going to be able to do that gig economy bullshit. So I think they are trying to do that, but it's not going to work. They need to focus up on shit. And so now having Fallout 3 remaster thrown in there too, that's not going to work. That's like a decade's worth of over that. This is like 2 decades worth of games at the rate that they've been putting out stuff. 2 decades worth. And that's 3 fucking games. On top of still having to oversee the Fallout TV show, on top of whatever the fuck they're doing for Elder Scrolls Online, on top of whatever the Starfield, they're going to want to do original IPs again. They don't want to just do sequels. They want to do original stuff. So you're going to throw that in there like Starfield. You got a fucking problem. So again, this studio now losing people, that's going to be a problem for Bethesda because, like, what are you going to give them if you give them the Fallout thing, you got to give them an incentive to stop that bleeding.